Greetings, everyone. This is Mustafa, your digital marketing specialist, the founder of the Digital Domination Tribe, back at you with another video on this Wednesday tool and tip tech spotlight. I just want to give you some actionable guidance and some information that you can use to make your digital journey a lot easier, where you can work smarter, not harder, because as content creators, as digital ambassadors of our particular brand, as those who are tasked with putting out digital assets and things every week, sometimes life be lifing. And if we take the approach that I will create content every day, then sometimes life is going to get in the way of a particular day that you set up to create content. You may say on Tuesday, I'm gonna record a video when I get off work, but maybe the work day was a little bit harder than it normally was, so you're a little bit tired and maybe a little stressed by some of the interactions were at work. And then you may be trying to come home and prepare a meal, and then if you have family obligations and children, that's pulling at you. And then before long you sit down and relax after an 8 hour day or plus day, and the energy to produce content just may not be there. And so you may say, I'll just skip today and I'll do it tomorrow. But what if tomorrow something happens tomorrow, and then it becomes another skip day? And sometimes life be lifing like that, where you can go days, sometime weeks, where so much life come at you that you keep putting off creating your content. And that's how you end up having a platform that goes days or weeks without producing content. Because once you get into that rhythm of not producing content, of saying tomorrow, 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 then it becomes easier to say it again the next day. And as I say, 2-3 weeks can elapse real quick. And you look back, when was the last time I produced content? July the 17th, and it's August the 8th right now. And you're like, man, it don't even seem like that much time went by. So we have to work smarter, not necessarily harder. And sometime a day by day creating content strategy is not the best strategy. Though sometimes it allows you to create content in the moment and have the most relevant content if you're creating it day by day. As things come up, then you create content in response, or if a thought or idea come up, you create content in response. But I want to tell you what I do and what may work best for you, and a tool that you can use to make sure, regardless of what happens on any given week, you got content coming. Okay? So let's talk about it. What I do, fam, and what I'm doing actually today, this is Sunday, August the 18th. What I do is my off days from work is Sunday and Wednesday typically. So on those 2 days, what I do is I batch create, meaning I go 1 to 2 hours of recording video after video after video, podcast. I create blog posts, memes, different content, different assets. I create all that stuff in a 1 to 2 hour span, right? On Sunday and Wednesday. And I'm not saying that I hit it every single week, but that's the goal that I typically go for. Sometimes I do it on Sunday and don't do it on Wednesday. Sometimes I do it on Wednesday and don't do it on Sunday. It happens. Like I say, life be life. But today, this Sunday, August the 18th, I'm batching all my video content for the week. And that way, if I come down with a cold on Wednesday and I can't record, I'm straight, because I recorded so much content today on Sunday. And what I'm going to do, and then from the videos, I can create my blog posts, I can create my memes, I can create my shorts, my reels, which I'll talk about another time, that I can get so much stuff done today and just creating it in batch. And that way, when Monday comes, I don't have to do this. I could just work on promoting and talking and marketing and sharing and getting conversations going to look at my content, right? So what you can do, fam, I don't know what your off days are. You know, some people have the typical Saturday and Sunday, the weekends off. If you do, that's great. Let's go for it. Then just set aside, you don't have to do 2 days in a week like I do, but set aside time during the week, whether it's a Saturday or a Sunday or whatever. You have an unorthodox schedule and you're off during the week one day and then a weekend day. Just find that day that works for you where you can step aside for 1 to 2 hours, and then before you step aside for that 1 to 2 hours, have a game plan. Don't just randomly start shooting in the dark. Come up with a game plan that I want to create 3 videos on this particular topic. Boom, boom, boom. And from these 3 videos, I want to create blog posts to break down the topic even further. Boom, boom, boom. And then from this, I want to create memes. Take the powerful quotes from either the video, the podcast, or the blog, and then I'm gonna create little meme graphic quotes where I can share throughout social media, and then push people back to your video, your podcast, or your blog post. And then you go into you can use Buffer. It's an app on your smartphone, and also it can be pulled up and accessed through your laptop. I use a MacBook Air, so that's how I pull it up. Or you can pull it up through your mind went blank. You can pull it up through your smartphone. You can pull it up through your iPhone or your Android. And what Buffer does is allow you to schedule in advance. So say you got 3 videos, right? Then you can use Buffer to schedule it on Monday at 1 o'clock, post this video. On Wednesday at 3:30, post this video. On Friday at 4 p.m., post this video. On Tuesday, post these memes. On Thursday, put this blog post out for me. And when you do, you can set that up at the top of the week, right? And like I said, you don't have to worry about nothing else as far as content creation for that week, because you did it at the top of the week. That's what I do. That's what works for me. Because like I say, life be life, and you can catch a cold, you can catch COVID, anything can happen. You know, and then you don't want your content output to suffer because life was lifing on you, all right? So you can use Buffer as an app to schedule and post your content on your behalf. That's the beauty and the power of technology. You can work smarter, not harder. You don't have to be hands-on, remembering to post every day or, anything like that. And even more than that is you can go into these platforms. They all have their own scheduling system. YouTube allows you to schedule videos in advance. I don't know what the max out time is, but usually I schedule mine within a week's time. I don't know if you can go 2-3 weeks out, but say a week. The videos I'm recording today, I'm going to schedule them to come out on X days on YouTube, Monday through Friday. So I don't have to worry about that. Facebook has the same thing, and since Facebook or Meta owns both Facebook and Instagram, you can set up a scheduling calendar within Meta Business Suite on Facebook, and you can set it up to post to both simultaneously to Facebook and Instagram on any given day. You can put the caption in there, you can schedule the date, the time, and the meme or the graphic or the quote or whatever you're trying to put out there, and then you schedule that a few times a week, and then you sit back and let technology do its work. You probably can do the same thing on TikTok. I've never scheduled nothing on TikTok. I do that in a moment, but there may be such an option on TikTok as well. But I know at least Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, you can schedule that stuff in advance, and you can, after you create it in advance, you can schedule in advance, and then you wipe your hands clean, and then you move forward through the week. You can do other things to advance your digital reality on the digital landscape. And then during the week, if you're really a content creator, new ideas going to be coming to your mind, and run with those ideas. Just go ahead and record them during the week. But since you already got this out the way, you can record more stuff, and then you can either post that the following week, or you can just keep it in your glove department, if you will, so that on a week where you just don't have the motivation or the fire or just inspiration that left you, you got something you can pull out. And you say, "Hey, I recorded an extra video 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Let me pull that out." Boom. The people never seen it before unless it's talking about a timely subject in the news or something. They don't know whether you recorded that day, 2 weeks ago, a month ago. They don't know. So you can always do that. That don't stop your output just because you already, you win in the week and you're already ahead. Then, do a little bit more if you can. Record a video here, record a video there, record a podcast here, record one there, write a blog post, write some other blog post. And that way you always stay ahead. And definitely take advantage of that scheduling tool on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Use Buffer. It goes through all of them. And that way you work smarter, not harder. You're not stressing yourself. You're not saying, "Oh God, I got to go home and record. I got to try to write a blog post and I don't have the inspiration. I'm tired." Let technology be your best friend. Let the technology help you win the week. All right? So this is Mustafa, your digital marketing specialist, founder of the Digital Domination Tribe. Just wanted to give you that tool and tech tip for this Wednesday so that you will be empowered while you're on the digital landscape, and you can have a guaranteed strategy that will guarantee that every week you always got content flowing out to your amazing audience. If you set this up right, you'll never miss a beat. You can have content flowing every week, and the people will look at you like an amazing person. Like, how does he or she keep going? That regardless of what happens on any given week, my content from my favorite content creator is here. They show up and they supply the demand. So you could be in that category just by following what I'm saying today. Batch create, schedule in advance, and let it flow. All right. So check me out on my website at digitalmarketingwithmustafa.com. That is digitalmarketingwithmustafa.com. That is my one-stop shop website, which will connect you to my blog, connect you to my podcast, connect you to videos like this. It'll connect you to my ebooks and my digital downloads, like my ebook, Building Your Brand and Information Empire with Content, which is a very, very good book that you can read and will flesh out a lot of content ideas and allow you to win in the content arena. If you want to talk to me one-on-one, I do offer consultations. That is for a fee. But if you want to talk to me one-on-one, you can set that up at digitalmarketingwithmustafa.com, and you'll be able to reach out and talk to me and schedule, and we'll talk about your situation and how we can set you up with a winning strategy on the digital landscape. All right. So thank you for tuning in to the video. I hope you got something out of it. I'll see you next Wednesday with another tech and tool spotlight so you can use this technology to win on the digital landscape. Peace.